It was an electrifying 2 weeks worth of games, even though there were cancellations due to rain. The home run record could be Stengel's to claim, and a few teams may be headed down the drain. So get ready for the show that tells you everything you need to know on This Month in Wiffle Ball. With a league best record of 7-1, everything seems to be going the Diamondbacks' way. At 5-0, Devin Torres has been unbeatable on the carpet, and with 9 home runs in just 8 games, Kenny Stengel is on pace to set a new single-season home run record sometime in early August. With continued contributions from Garrett Torres and Steven Getlitz, it is starting to look like this won't be just another year where the Diamondbacks get bounced from the first round of the playoffs. So far, only Rain and Oliver Avalone have been able to stop the Mariners. For the team where anything short of a championship will be a huge disappointment, the Mariners have delivered so far this season. They lead the league in hitting thanks to Scott Fleeser's .447 batting average, and they have given up just 1 run with some outstanding pitching from Fleeser, Mike Weiner, and Sean Ryan. After getting blanked by the Blue Jays and rained out with the Astros, they fell a half game behind the D-backs. With a Week 5 series against the Dodgers up next, they may have their hands full, but that depends on which Dodgers team they face. From the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, that sums up the last 2 weeks for the Dodgers. Off a brilliant performance Week 3 over the Expos where Johnny Costa tossed a perfect game, followed by a shutout, and finished it up with a game-winning home run, the Dodgers were on top of the world. Their good fortune continued when they put 5 runs on the board in the first against Devin Torres and the D-backs. But everything fell apart with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th when the D-backs tied it up. It looked like Anthony Didio would save the day with this blast, but it came up short in another of a long string of near misses for the 4-4 Dodgers. Following a Week 3 sweep of the Royals, it looked like the Mets had turned their season around. Rich Galad was back to tossing zeros, Nick Gallo was hitting everything in sight, and Matt Riegler was making a case that Galad isn't the only Met that can win a game with his bat. Well, all that changed Week 4. After getting swept by the Yankees, and with the Braves up next, the Mets may find themselves under 500 for the first time since opening day. If they can steal one from the Braves, they will be in great shape. If they somehow sweep, they will be gods. Speaking of immortals, Greek god Zeus, also known as Tim Trineri, has been having a heck of a year. His numbers on the carpet and at the plate are among the best in the league, but his omnipotence may be slipping as he was unable to control the weather Week 4 to avoid a pair of rainouts against the Royals. With a stellar supporting cast of Tim McElrath, Eric Langs, and Dave Fisher, it is easy to see why the Braves are picked to go far in 2015. There is no denying that Whiffman and Kenny Rogers Jr. are 2 of the best hitters in the Palisades. With batting averages in the high 400s and a combined 11 home runs, they clearly have the bats to keep them in every game. But their pitching has been a problem. Oliver Avalone has had his moments on the carpet, but would never be mistaken for an ace. That is until he shut out the Mariners Week 3. With 2 wins and 27 strikeouts in just under 12 innings, this year Avalone may be the Jays' savior. We will see Week 5 if he can keep the Blue Jays in a big series against the suddenly hard-hitting Brewers. The 2012 Brewers made it all the way to the finals while scoring just 35 runs in the regular season. In 2014, the Brewers won a championship after scoring just 46 runs. So far, in just 7 games, a little less than a third of the season, the Brewers have scored 34 runs. With Nick Squitieri leading the way with a .556 average and Jason Paraskevas hitting home runs that matter, it looks like the Brewers' hitting woes are a thing of the past. With a 3-0 record and a 0.36 ERA, Kyle Von Sussingen is playing the role of shutdown ace for this version of the Brewers. But the big difference is their number 2, Joe Schaefer. Though Schaefer has been hit or miss this season, he has pitched well enough to keep the Brewers in all but one of his starts. If the Brewers want to repeat, they still have a lot of work to do. But this may be the most talented squad from top to bottom in franchise history. Hands down, the Yankees have had the toughest schedule in the Palisades, as was evident from their 1-5 start to the season. With the season seemingly on the line, they took on the Mets and proved that they wouldn't go down without a fight. Anthony Bevilacqua tossed a 6-inning 2-hitter that broke the Yankees' 5-game skid, and in the second game, came up with this home run. He also kept Bo Machinsky's no-hitter alive with some big plays in the field. With the Royals up next, the Yankees have a chance to get back to 500 and into the postseason conversation. After a pair of tough losses to the Mets and a rainout against the Braves, the Royals are languishing at the bottom of the standings. While it is never easy early for a rookie team, the Royals have a few players that should be able to get them going. While Robles is winless in 3 games, he has top of the rotation stuff and will pick up some wins. Freddie Gonzalez, absent for the first 4 games, gave the Royals lineup some much needed pop with a pair of home runs against the Mets. Leo Fernandez also looks like he can be a key contributor at the plate. Much like our next team, the Royals better win soon, or they could be out of it by the time August rolls around. The only thing worse than catching a pitcher when he is on a roll is having that pitcher throw both games. After a dismal Week 3 against Johnny Costa, the Expos were just looking to play to get the bad taste out of their mouth. But the weather didn't look like it would cooperate. Miraculously, the rain subsided, and the Expos and Brewers were able to get in 1 of their 2 games. Early on, things looked bleak, but this Dakota Kenny home run put the Expos up 2-1 in the top of the 5th. Unfortunately, the good times didn't last long, as the Expos would walk 5 in the bottom of the inning to lose 3-2, dropping to 1-6 on the season. Here's a look at the standings after 4 weeks of play. That's all for now. Join us next time as we look back at the month of June on the next episode of This Month in Wiffle Ball.
Yeah, baby! That's my boy!